Cancer, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a reading for you for the rest of October. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy, the opportunity challenge, and what you may not see coming for the rest of the month. Let's get started and pull some cards. Thank you for tuning in. I really enjoyed the last reading we did. There was a lot of prophetic signs that were showing up for the month of October for you, signaling the direction you need to go into. So I want to just tap back into those energies, see what's at play for you all. Thank you for being here with me. And thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Cancer today. All right. Let's see, Cancer. We're going to be pulling from a Divine Master Oracle deck. So we're going to see what the Divine Master message is for you. I'm also pulling from the Inner Temple Oracle. And we'll also be getting some sweet love tea for you, which I enjoy doing. So let's see. All right. Looks like you were moving past maybe a little bit of hurt that may have occurred. I'm hearing some of you hurt that occurred around a work situation. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, but things are getting, trying to improve something or a work problem. Could be a work problem, just something that was maybe a little aggravating, from aggravating or to full-blown feeling hurt by your coworkers or by a group of people. It could be around your community. It might not have to be just around work, but something happened in a community or work. All right, Cancer, for some of you. That's at the surface. Let's go deeper. What's the overall general energy for Cancers for the rest of the month? We have 2 that want to come out together. Ooh la la. All right, this is wonderful. Investing in keeping your heart open, investing in a new beginning in love, investing in love in general, and being open. This is Ace of Pentacles to the Ace of Cups. So it looks like, whenever I see the Ace of Pentacles, it's the hand of God. Whenever we see the clouds in a hand, is literally source energy handing you something new. All right. Are you going to invest in this, Cancer? Because it's coming from source. Some of you, it's just this feeling of abundance, right? It doesn't have to be just this, only this. This is an abundant cup. Like your cup overfloweth, Cancer, with emotion. We're also moving in a matter of days from this reading that I'm doing it. I'm reading this on the 20th of October. In a few days, we're entering into your fellow water sign, Scorpio. And whenever you're in the same element, if not, obviously, Cancer season's the best. But if you want second best, it's being in a water sign season. So this could be your season to feel the flow of your emotions and invest in the flow of your emotions. This is tapping into what you're feeling and letting that pull you. Maybe you're feeling emotional about a new offer that's coming your way. It could be around love. It could be around a work opportunity, new project. This is signaling new, though. New. And it feels great, Cancer. Wow. That's awesome. What's the opportunity, Cancer? 10 of Wands. Maybe you need to drop something else to go in a new direction, and it's hard. Want to see what that's about. But 10 of Wands is when you've been collecting too much weed in the field and it's starting to get a little heavy to carry. And maybe there's stuff that you collected at the beginning of your journey that you don't need anymore. This is when, are you bringing it all? Or do you need to lighten the load? This is when we feel a little overburdened by too many responsibilities or duties. But we're not going to give up. That's the ultimate message of this card, is no matter how hard life can get or the journey may be, we don't give up, right? On keeping the faith, which seems to me there's something new coming in, but you may have a programming, this is determination, even if it's hard. So I like that. Just persevere. That's your opportunity. The challenge, Queen of Pentacles. You could be saying that you want to move in a new direction in something in your life. When it hits your earth energy, it could be around your money, resources. It could be around what you value. It could be around your home and your environment. It could be you in your role as a parent. If you're a parent, this could be your career itself. But I'm getting this energy of you. The challenge is, can you stay with this vision of the bigger picture, even if it's hard sometimes? You're building something. Even if it's hard to build, you're saying, I've got the energy for it. I like it. Oh, we have the Tower coming in. This is a shakeup. All right. This could be a plot twist of some sort in your life. Overall, your energies for October were amazing. This could just be the surprise that's taking you down a new road or a new path that you didn't expect. Because right now you're kind of saying it's been hard, right? It hasn't been easy. I've got a lot going on, Jenna, especially when it comes to trying to stay grounded through it all. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. This is overcoming some sort of crossroads, blocked energy. We have the Three of Cups, signaling a time to have fun, to celebrate, coming out of maybe blocked energy. Ooh, because the wheel is turning. Yeah, destiny. Something is coming in, and I think it's something that's going to delight you, maybe shock you even. But it's something. Oh yeah, we have the sun underneath that. Yeah, some of you have been waiting for a new opportunity in life, in love, in general, and it looks like it's coming in October, and we're getting more evidence of that. So I like seeing that. I mean, high vibrational energy, the wheels are turning, many changes are occurring in your life. There's some faded opportunities coming in your connections. And maybe if you have felt blocked or, Two of Swords is really being an either or energy. I did just read for the collective, which is around a feeling of both and. Like maybe sometimes we feel like we have to, there is a choice here, but I'm getting that your choice is to actually celebrate and enjoy the changes that have come in because they're bringing you a great deal of harmony and happiness. And this could be your spiritual path as well. I always like to talk about that. Just feeling wonderful light codes coming in and the changes that they bring. But I do think this is about some people in your life and feeling excited. Let's now go into a few divine masters and what their message is to you. I'm not reading from the booklet. I will be reading from the booklet when I do the inner temple. Ooh, we have Saint Germain, which is always a very healing frequency, a solar flame, like your fire being lit. Violet flame, alchemy, release the old, make way for the new. Yeah, maybe that's what you're saying. There's something that you're letting go of that maybe has been part of your foundation, or maybe at one point you're deeply committed to it, but you're making some big life decisions. I do think it was something around making bold moves. So you could be making a massive decision at this time to go in a new direction because you're leaning that way. You have Ishtar coming in along with Saint Germain. Follow your heart. Truth prevails. All right. So there's a lot of alchemy this month of releasing the old, going towards the new, and you are following your heart. I like this. Follow your heart. The truth will prevail. What's the last one? One more, Spirit. Oh, too many. To the bottom. Yeah, there's something miraculous coming in. Miraculous moment. Let's see if it wants to come out again. There it is. Bridget. Oh, I was just talking about Bridget for the collective because we're moving into these healing waters. She's a Celtic goddess of our inner flame, our inner fire. We have another violet flame. Some of you might be meeting your divine counterpart. I'm feeling like we have a very beautiful representation of the divine masculine in Saint Germain and in the divine feminine in Bridget. So this, if it's not about a divine masculine and feminine pairing, like literally two people coming together, this could be you actually figuring out that thing, right? That passion, because this is let your passion lead you to your purpose. So this is your relationship with your own inner calling and honoring that and going towards that, letting your heart lead the way. Some of you are really like kicking it up around stepping into your light, stepping into your opportunity here to shine in something, whether it's in life or in love and career. There's an inner fire that's been lit, Shakti lit. All right. Oh, I like this. Okay, let's keep going. I want to clarify this. We're going to go. I haven't used this one in a bit. Nope. They told me to go with this other one. I haven't pulled from this in a few days. Let's see. I went from the original tarot. Now I'm using the Witch's Tarot. And many of you I'm hearing have one of these guides already with you since birth. All right. Or multiple of these guides. Saint Germain. He's the keeper of the violet flame. He's helping you alchemize some sort of past chapter that was very difficult for you. And I feel like it's hard for you to let go. Sometimes this is a career pivot. All right. When I see these kind of cards. Or going in a completely new direction. But you are making a choice here. It's a choice to be happy. That's what it looks like, ultimately. All right, let's look at the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Oh my God, now we have another wheel. What is going on with you all? 2 wheels? This is a really fortunate time. I just saw the movie Good Fortune. I talked enough about it in the collective reading. You can hear about it there. I'll give you my review. It was really good. It was kind of a slow burn, but just so many deep messages in it. There is something beautiful unfolding in your life. And look at this one. This card in particular has a pentacle and a cup at the top. Interesting. Isn't that fascinating? Even in the card. Look. I mean, oh my God, look at that. Even in what you see. Holy smokes. Do you see that? There is you all are going to have to tell me what amazing things are happening, because we literally have it at the top of the card. I mean, we have every element, right? But it's showing you that the wheel is bringing you, a lot of you, it depends on, what you're calling in. But for these two, some of you, this is more money. Some of you, this is more love. Some of you, it's both. It's a new opportunity to invest ultimately in something that's going to make you very happy. All right. The wheel is bringing it in. All right. This is karma, fate. Let's see if we get any other aces. If I get all 4 aces, I'm just going to mic drop this and say, you're done. Y'all, you don't need me anymore for this reading. Oh, we got the 8 of Wands. I love this. Everything's speeding up. I love these cards because in some of them, the hawthorn grows. And this is, the hawthorn tree is a symbol of overflowing love, the everlasting love that flows from our hearts when they're open. And I feel like you've got a brand new direction you're going in, and life is speeding up. Things are accelerating for you. My goodness, this is a fortuitous time for Cancers. 8 of Wands, the wheel, last one. And there we go, 9 of Wands. That makes sense because in your opportunity, you have the 10 of Wands. You're dropping something and you're going towards a new connection. A lot of you have a deep, deep, deep connection, a choice to invest in something. After maybe going through a cycle that was difficult for you, you're being pointed in a new direction. I like this a lot. A lot of the 9 of Wands cards show someone who's really tired and exhausted. There's a reason why they wanted me to show you these cards. Look at her. She doesn't look tired at all. She's like, I have the stamina and the fortitude to go in any direction I please. I've been through a lot. Look at all these wands behind me. I've been collecting them. It's almost like even though life is hard for you, or if you feel like you've had a difficult time in money or in love, it's taught you so much and you're standing strong. This is your fire energy. A lot of you, this is a spiritual thing for you where you're no longer in the wounded warrior archetype. All right? You're no longer in the wounded warrior archetype. Pain into power, pain into purpose, passion into purpose. Deeply passionate Cancers. You all are like, I don't know what happened. It's like you rose up, right, from something difficult, and now you're in a very deeply empowered state, and you are in alignment with a new beginning after a lot. We have the Queen of Swords, holding healthy boundaries, standing in your truth and integrity, moving forward. 6 of Swords, with a calm mind. A calm mind, a zen-like mind. You're moving on. You're moving on from something you said, you know what, it's time to just let this go. 10 of Wands is when we don't need to keep feeding something if it's not yielding us the results we want. And a lot of you, this is we have the Hermit now. This is big energy around self-mastery, self-actualization, and understanding your own inner wisdom and the truth of that. You're going right into this beautiful, you know what, I'm going deep. And I'm getting a really strong, like, light worker, way shower energy here for a lot of you. And it hasn't been easy. But you're at the end of that cycle, at the end of that journey. Let's look at the Queen of Pentacles. So your opportunity is to, I'm getting like hold the line, and move. As you move away from whatever has been hard for you and you let go, you're actually going to feel better and better and better. 6 of Swords is, the lessons learned from a cycle and moving forward with the truth intact, holding your sword of protection, shining a light into the darkness is always the Hermit. And this is your inner mystic. So some of you have been going through a lot, but now there's a reprieve coming in October. Queen of Pentacles, yeah. It's like your mind has been working overtime. We have the Nine of Swords, something that maybe has created a lot of anxiety, money for some of you, or it could be a King of Pentacles, all right? We have a pair here. This could be your relationship to money, with money, and how it stresses you out. Or it could be your relationship with someone else. Or it could be your perception of commitment in general. Long-term, stable commitment. Wow. And all the thoughts that go into that. You are definitely slaying a mindset of, I'm not going to stay stuck or stagnant in this anymore. It's been a long time coming for me to align. Some of you are uprooting and moving away from a place you've been in for a while where maybe you had to be more inward. But now this is a huge life shift. It feels like almost cataclysmic for you all, Cancer, because whatever you're being told, wherever you're being led and guided to move away from, toward, is huge for you. Whether it's a new job opportunity, a new relationship, a new community, something new is coming in, and all signs point that way. Because where you are is unsustainable. Maybe you've outgrown your container of where you've been. And now it's time for a big shakeup. This is when the universe is saying you've been a little too comfortable, or maybe you're so uncomfortable you have to make a big change. And it's towards happiness. Some of you are even moving to sunnier places, right? I don't want to be in this country. I don't want to be in this city. I don't want to be in this relationship. There's something that you're like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm getting that energy. And this is when we decide, time for a big change. And I don't see the Tower as bad. I see this as like when I graduated from college and I decided to go out west because I was being led and guided. You're being led and guided here. Destiny. To move away from this wounded state into a new chapter. As hard as it is, you're doing it. You're doing it. Your inner mystic is showing you, telling you. What's the Tower here? The Ten of Cups. Oh my goodness. The Star. The Seven of Swords. Oh my. Okay. I see why this is a big deal for you. Man. You're trying to get your mind around a new reality. It's like time is bending in your favor, but you're having a hard time trusting. There's something new that's come in for you, Cancer, but it could be stirring up old wounds. And then that stirs up everything in your head. The challenge is, can you ground outside of a monkey mind? And the way it can exhaust you. Can you almost hold boundaries around your mind wanting to go to worst case scenario, catastrophizing some aspect of your life at this time? Or can you listen into what your soul is telling you about a situation? I feel like there's a little bit of a massive speed bump in something that's forming around a wish come true that's part of your emotional fulfillment. But there's like this seed of doubt. And that could just, it's like the straw that broke the camel's back. I think you're overcoming some sort of blockage around something in your life or someone, and you're moving in that direction, but it's almost like a wake-up call. This is interesting. I want to clarify this other energy I saw at the bottom. You're going to get a little extra here. Yeah, this is coming out of defensiveness. Seven of Wands in reverse. Coming out of defensiveness. Speaking with truth. I think a lot of you have somebody who you may have had a falling out with. And it could be somebody you're in connection with, okay? It's not like an ex returning or anything. I feel like there's trust issues that have been spiking around a new beginning. This is like when you're moving in a new direction and then it's like, the first test or a test of resolve. Are you going to break through this connection and harmonize? And if this has to do less with the connection and more with your purpose, you're trying hard to trust going in a direction that is like your star energy. It's like a lot of you are being led and guided to go take a leap of faith in something and to like break out of your comfort zone and to follow through with an idea by taking action. It's scary though. And then we have the Empress and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. With the Hangman, the High Priestess. and the Knight of Swords. All I can say is whatever you're dealing with this month, it has a lot to do with your own growth. And it could be around how things can get fiery really fast. And to not move so fast in a direction without making sure you're taking your time. I'm feeling like there's a lot of movement. Everywhere I look, there's movement, Cancer. You're moving forward in a new chapter that is divinely guided after being wounded. New energies coming in, right? You're still carrying a little bit of that hardship of the wounding of whatever happened before. And that what that wounding taught you, though, whatever happened before, taught you a lot about standing in your own truth and your own authentic energy and making sure that you speak up when you need to, because your challenge here is not speaking up when you need to. And then lamenting over it. This is when we rehash conversations and we go, God, what did I miss? You know? It's like you're trying to calm the waters down after a little bit of friction, shake up. And you're in a new frequency post shake up. This is like post eclipse energy for you, where it's been a little uncomfortable. Again, this could be a relationship with any other person. It could be a relationship with your money. And moving in a direction that's going to make you happy, that you can trust, but knowing that I got to do this even though it's scary. All right. That's what this feels like. Whatever you're moving toward, you're saying it's a little scary, but there's a lot of growth in taking this risk at this time. It's like, can you move slowly, honoring yourself? Because this is hugely rewarding. This is sometimes when I see people like, I don't want to be in this job anymore, but I want to do something on my own. And like working on that side hustle and taking a big leap financially, knowing you're going to be held by spirit in your desires. This could be being, worn out in the way you're relating to another person and the way you handle conflict. And setting healthier boundaries of having to deal with things in a more healthy manner when you resolve problems. It's almost like there's something that you're building on, but there's like something wrong with the foundation, and you're circling back and saying, let me fix this. It could be a limiting belief. It could be actually somebody who did something that undermined the trust in a connection, or you not trusting yourself in expanding in what you do for a living because you're fearful. I see if you slow down, right, and you drop your defenses and you are cunning and clever with how you approach a situation, and you take it from a growth mindset perspective and you allow spirit to help you, there's going to be a happy outcome here. I might be speaking in riddles, but I think a lot of you know what I'm talking about here. It's like when you're faced with change, unexpected change, which the Tower is, but it's to help fix something that might have gotten broken along the way. It could be your perception of happily ever after, right? Your dreams come true, right? Maybe every time you think something's great, it falls apart. But then when something good comes in, you can't trust it, and then it undermines the connection. See, that's just one example. Or it could be somebody you're dealing with that does that, right? Or you've had multiple people do that to you. But I see this has ultimately to do with honoring yourself and your growth. And taking your time when it comes to these big changes. I mean, this is massive, whatever this is. This could be a new person coming into your life. It could be a new idea. It could be a whole new career. It could be even having children. And it's like, totally life-changing. Let's get your love life tea. Plan ahead, prepare for a rainy day, and stay flexible. That could do with some of your finances. Endless love. This could be the one you've waited for to love forever. Engaged, wedding, commit, adapt, foresight, invest. Yeah, this could be moving forward with plans. Maybe you've had a little bit difficulty, because I do see two partnership energies here. We have the King and Queen of Swords. We have the King and Queen of Pentacles. We have the Empress here. It could be the divine masculine in this is a little bit wounded, because we even had Saint Germain and Bridget. Remember I said that? Maybe somebody who's a little bit reactive, a little bit volatile at times, but they're trying to tame their way of responding and reacting, right? Maybe you're trying to release old patterns in relationship with another or with some aspect of your life. But I do see that there's beautiful love coming in, planning ahead for the future in general, Cancer. And then we have graceful dance. Lift each other during both high and low times. Inspire, hold footing. Yeah. So this is, that graceful dance. Maybe, you misstepped a little bit in a new dance with someone. And you were trying to root and ground in a new frequency, but you have to be patient with the process here of when people get defensive. Let's come back together again. Let's come out of this blocked energy and let's find the happiness by implementing these changes, okay? If it's a let's or if it's me and this thing, this belief, this pattern, all right? I definitely feel like you're in a very beautiful frequency here of happiness, but there was a hiccup that happened. Power dynamic, power play. Wanting to dominate or control the relationship, insecurity, influence. Yeah. Some of you have somebody who likes to overpower you, and you're learning though. I think I'm getting whoever your counterpart is, okay? Whether it's a feminine, masculine, doesn't matter to me. But there has been a little bit of control issues going on in some sort of connection here. And I think you're trying to heal that ultimately, because the star is healing a dynamic for the better, but sometimes we have to scrap things, start from the base. Remember, repair that foundational energy so you can have a new beginning, all right? This could be what you've been doing in your life in general, Cancer, to prepare for the next relationship you're in. Others of you, if this is a relationship in your life, you're definitely learning about boundaries, how to settle, how to not perpetuate this nervous system hyper functioning, calming down, clearing up the trust issues that get triggered, and moving slowly and methodically, knowing, what you need in a situation when it comes to communicating. This is big work you're doing with your life, breaking free, getting out of a situation or being on your own now, freedom, independent. Some of you want a new beginning. You're tired of being in something that it isn't. You only know, I'm reading for a collective here, only you know what's best for you. Some of you are recognizing your value and your worth, and you're moving in a new direction, and you're like, I don't care how long it takes. I'm happy being out of this. Others of you, you're really digging in your heels. If you can make headway in the trust and come together in the spirit of harmony and happiness, I think you're at least looking at something for what it is this month and being practical about it, pragmatic about it, and honoring yourself all the way. Because I see here a healing, but it's coming by way of a surprise. I think someone does something or did something already that has undermined this connection or this experience for you. And your fire is being kicked up deeply around your own inner learning from it. And the truth will always prevail. So I feel like we've got this strong end cap of Libra season heading into Scorpio season, where you are recognizing the light, and there's almost this slow climb back up to happiness. Some of you, it is by way of having a healthy boundary over a third party situation. Others of you, it's healing after an interference, right? And you're trying to understand what went wrong and can you rebuild on the trust? Because I see here that you have had control issues in your dance, but you also are planning ahead to ensure security in this. This could be sometimes when people start dating and the loop isn't closed yet, which means there's other energies at play. And when two people really are devoted to one another in the long haul, if you are talking about monogamy here, which most of my readings are, you want that loop closed. You don't want any leakage, right, from other exes around or other, potential curious interests that, might be in the Rolodex, so to speak. So that's old school. I don't even know what they call it nowadays. But as this relates to your own spiritual fire, if you don't want to talk about romance at all, I really think, Cancer, you have an opportunity to begin anew and to let go of an old chapter. And you're aligning with some really beautiful frequencies now, but it's come by way of something having to fall apart because you couldn't trust it. And now by doing so, you're glowing up in your own energy and you're honoring your divine feminine, masculine or feminine, I don't care. When I see the Empress, this is like growth, even when it's hard. And it's slow growth, but you're getting there because we have the sun and we have the wheel turning here in your favor. But it means sometimes saying no to one thing and saying yes to another. Some of you may be saying goodbye to a King of Pentacles and a hello to a King of Swords, or goodbye to a Queen of Pentacles and hello to a Queen of Swords. Okay? Regardless, I think you need to honor what your heart is telling you this month. Okay? Let's get a Inner Temple Oracle. We have the Chamber of Healing. Yeah. It was funny because this whole reading was about hardship, having difficulty closing out a cycle, understanding the lessons, finding the light yet again in this growth process, even when there's been some really surprising twists and turns. You've got a twist and turn here coming in, but it's around your healing of a situation where there was deception. Okay, let's look at the Chamber of Healing. And here we are. We have a huge Chamber of Healing, which is where you're being signaled to go next. Or maybe you're coming out of the Chamber of Healing for some of you. Healing is always happening. For to heal is to change, and you're always changing, always returning to wholeness. Wholeness isn't a static state, as we're always growing and transforming. It's nature's way, and you're part of nature. When this card appears, it's acknowledging that you're in a deeper stage of healing, and it's okay to ask for help and slow down to let healing happen. This card comes with a tender message to trust your innate ability to heal through the changing seasons of your life, to stop seeing yourself as broken, or to think of healing as something you need to do before you truly live. For to heal is to change, evolve, and grow. Healing can be a slow, steady process. It's complex, not linear. It takes as long as it takes. However, like all things in nature, there's a mysterious intelligence to it, and if we trust it and let the once vibrant petals fall to the earth, cut back what's no longer thriving, and protect the buds from bringing pride open too early, we too may find ourselves in a second bloom, and fruit will follow. Yeah, some of you, this is a second bloom in your career or a second bloom in a relationship. If you didn't see yourself as unhealed or broken, what would you do? How would you live your life? If you didn't see yourself as unhealed or broken, what decisions would you make? How are you being called to prioritize your healing? What healing are you ready to receive right now? What support are you ready to call in? Ask your heart, your mind, and your body to reveal what's most helpful to you and call it in. Yeah. There's definitely like a shedding of something where you're getting wounded and moving forward, and you're getting the signs and synchronicities. There's changes coming in. You have an opportunity to drop some heavy burdens and responsibilities. You're moving into calmer waters. You're being led and guided by your higher self here to hold healthy boundaries and protect your energy. I feel like if you allow it, you can let yourself get really stressed out about these changes. But this is a time to really anchor into your frequency and not hold back from the life that you want to live. Your emotional abundance and your emotional fulfillment is on the line. Don't let anyone undermine that, okay? Don't let anyone steal your peace. I know there's some surprises coming in, but ultimately, these changes, these surprises are for the greater good, okay? This is also about learning how to drop any kind of defensiveness around communication. You've got a lot of help coming in and a celebration happening. The light is coming back in. You've got these big changes. I feel like some of you are really calling in either a really great connection, fixing a connection, and or a new opportunity in your career to implement your idea and maybe even start your own business with friends and overcome some sort of block in your manifestation ability, because the Empress she's all abundant. This is all about how hard it can be to grow at times and the healing required of us to grow. But you're doing it, Cancer. All right, you're doing it. Let's get some advice. What's the advice for Cancers for the rest of October? The Hermit, the King of Pentacles, and the Sun. Yeah, this is harmonizing. This could also be digging deep into the lessons that someone that you were dealing with needed to learn. All right. I feel like if you did have someone who compromised the trust, think that they are trying to make some changes here. I do see whoever the divine masculine is in this scenario really learning and growing. All right. And I think too, a lot of you are on this. I mean, the 9 year is the year of the Hermit. And so what you're learning too is how to ground in your own frequency ultimately. That's what I see here, Cancer. Grounding in the frequency of abundance and powerful manifestation energy, whatever it is that you seek. I do believe some things are coming in that you've waited a long time to feel and experience. We're talking about happiness, being with the right people, feeling supported, feeling valued, feeling seen, feeling like you let people in. right? Feeling like you can share your ideas, feeling like it's stable, all right? If you've been trying to build stability and security in your life and you've had a hard time, I see things changing for the better. It may be kind of like, what? I didn't expect this kind of energy first, but then you go, oh, okay, I can trust this. I think you've had situations in your life that over time eroded at your happiness, and you've learned from it. And now you've had new things, new energies coming in that are helping to uplift you and get you out of this wounded warrior paradigm. It's a huge shift for you. All right, Cancer? Follow your heart. The truth will always prevail. Let your passions lead you to your purpose this month, and release the old so you can make way for the new. All right? I hope you enjoyed this reading, my dears. Take care. Namaste.